At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Krueger here from Weather NorCal. This is Coffee with Krueger, having your cup of coffee. So good. Love my cup of coffee in the morning here. Kind of get your day started. What do you enjoy? I mean, I know some people don't necessarily drink coffee, right? There are some people that drink tea or water or whatnot, sometimes Red Bull. I know a friend of mine who drinks Red Bull in the morning. That's probably not the best, healthiest thing to drink in the morning, but hey, you know, to each their own. We all love to do our thing. Let's take a look at what some of you are saying here this morning. Of course, you saw there earlier, Ruth was checking in this morning. We've also got Chappie saying good morning. We've also got Lisa Stevens checking in this morning saying good morning all. Halfway through the week. Yes, it is hump day. And from the famous Geico commercial, hump day. Mike. Yep. Of course, the old commercial. You remember the what was it? The camel. Could not remember that animal. All right, how's everybody doing out there this morning? Yeah, it is hump day. We're in the middle of the work week, the school week. I know yesterday my son was saying, it's only Tuesday. We got 3 more days of the week. Yes, we do, but that's the reality of it all. That's the grind that we go through to get ourselves through the week. All right, let's get you to the Krueger's Quickcast this morning and kind of taking a look at what we can expect as you're heading out the door. So for those of you that are new to this, the whole idea and behind Krueger's Quickcast is that, you know, I'm known for a very specific, detailed, long forecast. But for those of you who might be in a hurry, you're like, hey, I just need a quick forecast so I know what to expect for the day. Well, here it is, Krueger's Quickcast. Which, by the way, if you're a business and you want to sponsor this segment, not only is it on here on Coffee with Krueger, but I also do Krueger's Quickcast on the morning update at 6 a.m. and in the evening update at 6 p.m. So, yeah, if you're interested in getting your business's logo on here, well, let me know. You can email me, mkrueger@weathernorcal.com. Here's a look at our temperatures out there this morning. Another mild start to the day. As soon as I got into my studio this morning, I opened up the window and I let that nice, fresh, cool. It's nice and cool in here this morning. It's going to warm up, though, later this afternoon. 51 degrees for Susanville, 45 for Alturas, 54 for Wairika. There you can see Eureka. 53 degrees. And the visibility is looking pretty good out there this morning. If you take a look now, it was down for the last few days. Maybe the internet connection wasn't all that great. I know it's a fairly weak internet connection over there at Elk Country in just north of Trinidad here, but beautiful shot over there. Looks like they are seeing mainly clear skies this morning. We're also seeing clear skies for our friends up in Crescent City. Look at that. If you look at the top of the screen there, beautiful shot. You got the moon. Almost a full moon. Yesterday was the full moon, but you can see the mainly clear skies out there this morning, turning out to be a gorgeous, gorgeous morning for our friends out along the coast. Again, we'll take you back to Elk Country, just north of Trinidad, to see what it looks like over there. The camera tends to have a little bit difficult time kind of, you know, with the darker foreground image and that brighter cloud or even clear skies kind of off behind the mountains there. But over that ridge, by the way, is not too far from the ocean. So kind of give you an idea there. Taking a look right now, the visibility, yeah, we're about 10-mile visibility along the coast. So things are looking pretty good there this morning here. So when you head out the door, quite honestly, I've got the mostly cloudy skies here for the coast, but really it's mainly clear out there this morning. So that's essentially what we're going to be looking at. Temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 50s for the higher elevations, mid 60s for the valley this morning. And how about that smoke? Well, there's not a lot of it. This morning you can see fairly clear. We may see some smoke begin to develop here east of the Boise fire, say in western portions of Siskiyou County, northern Trinity County, a little bit of smoke there, but really overall, boy, we've got those crystal clear skies out there. Here's a good futurecast for today. We're not going to go into Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. That's because we're going to hold that off for the longer range forecast. But you can see another day with some afternoon clouds in the mountains, and I think we may see some of those clouds developing along the coast. Look at the showers off to the north and west. That's very weak showers, but that's a sign of things to come as we go into Thursday, Friday. There's a bit of a teaser. Stick around for the more detailed forecast. But there you can see, of course, temperatures in the low 90s for the valley. We're kind of a rinse repeat from yesterday, really. I think we got up to 95 in Redding yesterday. Okay, we'll call 93, 94 today. 79 for Fall River Mills, 77 Aden. Alturas about 82, mid to upper 80s for Trinity County, and low to mid 60s along the coast. Okay, so the 7-day forecast, again, a bit of a teaser. The thing is, and this is where I really stress, it's important for you to not just look at a 7-day forecast, because there is so much more to a story than just looking at storms and clouds and sunny skies and temperatures, right? Because timing is the key, right? So you see there on Thursday p.m. What that means is maybe late in the day Thursday, we may see some showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. Friday is the main event. We could see a chance for some more showers, maybe even some thunderstorms, especially for the first half of the day on Saturday. But when you look at that, it's really hard to know the timing. And again, that's where watching Futurecast and watching my forecast a little bit later will give you more details on that. All right? So again, the timing of the storm is actually something that'll be changing really over the next 24, 48 hours as well. But there, to the coast, inland, Weaverville. The main event here really is the storm system. The main 3 days that we're looking at here are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. After that, it's out of here. And we're going to be much warmer too, especially as we go into early next week. So yeah, kind of interesting what's going on there. Taking a look at the latest on the fires here, there's the Boise fire. And again, if you watched this morning at 6 a.m., the numbers were different. It was 14% containment. It was just over 12,000 acres. Now it's 12,622 acres at 16% containment. The black line of containment is on the west side of the fire. Most of the growth, there's an area on the northeast side that was just kind of an arm that is now filled in. That was really part of their firing operation that looks like it was a success. Now to the south, there was just a tad growth to the south, but again, not a ton. In fact, when we take a look at the recent activity here, most of it was actually on the east side of the fire. The red is in the last 6 to 12 hours. So you can see on the east side of the fire. But all those gray colors, that's 5, 6, 7 days old. And that yellow there on the southwest side is kind of about a day or two old is what we're looking at here. So again, most of what we've seen here with the activity was on the east side of the fire. In the meantime, we take a look at the Park Fire, now at 429,401 acres, that is, now at 57% containment. The only thing is yesterday was about 54%. So again, we're just kind of slowly ticking that up in that percent of containment here. So looking good. The winds out there, again, pretty standard. We see the fairly calm winds out there this morning. The winds will pick up again this afternoon, but nothing unusual, nothing to be alarmed about. But it's Thursday that we'll start to see that. Now, fire outlook for today, not necessarily concerned. It's tomorrow, especially when those stronger winds begin to kick in. But today, still fairly dry out there. We're still in the teens for the valley. And low 20s for places like Alturas and Susanville. And we're going to have to watch the Modoc County, Eastern Lassen County area, especially tomorrow, because they're not going to get a lot of rain tomorrow. And it's going to be windy, it's going to be dry, and that's going to elevate that fire danger. Okay, so let's take a look at some of those cameras out there. Lake Oroville, the sun coming up. You can see just the lake there off in the distance. Just so nice, so peaceful. You could just turn on some meditation music and just let it go. All right, there you go. Kind of looking off in the distance there. A little kind of the smoke, dirty sky off in the distance there from some of the smoke that we have, some hazy skies in some areas here. Taking a look at Lake Oroville, North Forebay. Looks like we've got the calm winds out there this morning. The lake looking like just a glass. You could just walk on top of the lake. Walk on water. Main Street, Chico, Highway 32. Not very busy out there this morning. And we take you out to Highway 99 at Neal Road. Not too terribly busy. A lot of people there in the fast lane trying to get to work or school or what have you. And we take you out to Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive in Redding. Not much going on there. All right, we're going to get to that here a little bit later here. But let's check in with some of you. See what you're doing this morning. We got a lot of good mornings. I love to see that. I'm looking at the whole kind of chat list. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning from Lisa. We've got good morning from Allie. We've got a couple of new names in here. This is a name I haven't seen. So let's welcome you. If I'm not correct here. Allie Dunn saying good morning from Cottonwood. Well, how you doing, Allie? Looks like you're there with your kids or grandkids. Looks like the youngster has a graduation hat, probably one of those elementary school or junior high graduates. So kind of fun, kind of a fun picture there. All right, see what else we got going on up there this morning here. We got Mary Mack, we got a lot of the regulars. Beautiful, clear, calm morning in Fortuna. Good morning to you, Rowdy. Thank you for the update there. Wanda Hutchins. I think I've seen you before, but I don't see you very regularly, so let's get you up there. Good morning from Oroville, from Wanda Hutchins. Thank you for chiming in this morning. Got Curtis Brown say good morning from 7 miles west of Red Bluff. We did reach 95 degrees yesterday. Ooh, it is cooler, but at least it's not 100, right? We can look forward to that. We've got Nadine. Oh, here's a new one. Here's a new face, a new name. Good morning from Anderson. Well, welcome, Nadine. Thanks for joining in this morning. We'd love to see some of the new names, and I'd love to see all the regulars too. Don't get me wrong, but you get your sunshine there. You get your time on the screen there. But we need to get some of the newbies in there. Get some of their names up there on the screen here. So again, thanks to all the new people kind of chiming in this morning. And I know some of you probably watching from the 24-hour streaming channel, which means you can't chime in, which means you can't make comments. But you can see some of them. We've got Jeff Johnson saying good morning. We got Jackie Dixon saying good morning. It's a good day to great day. All right, yeah, sure. You can certainly say that. Well, this is something we haven't done in a while, and that is I had an opportunity to shoot a couple of video segments with Cottonwood Vet Small Animal Clinic. And, one of their goals, one of the things they really want to do is educate the public about taking care of their animals, about their pets really in general. They are an amazing clinic. I was out there yesterday, and they were one of the few that have they're a walk-in clinic. So they're just busy. They just got a lot of work, a lot of people coming in. But Cottonwood Vet Clinic, I tell you what, they're just amazing vets over there. And I had a chance to talk to 3 of them yesterday. And just very knowledgeable. And here's one of the conversations I had with them yesterday. And it's interesting, we talked about spaying and neutering your pets, right? Especially your dogs and your cats. And a lot of people think it's just for population control, but it actually goes a lot deeper than that. So let's just take a look at this Vet Education Corner about spaying and neutering your pet. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal, and this is another edition of Vet Education Corner. And with me right now at the Cottonwood Vet, or Small Animal Clinic that is, we've got Dr. Hosmer. And we don't actually have an animal with us because we don't need one, because we're so entertaining ourselves. But we're going to be talking about spay and neutering your animals. Tell us the importance of that to begin with.
Yeah, so spay and neutering is very important to help control the population of stray animals outside, and also to help prevent illness in adult animals that are intact, basically. So intact female dogs that haven't been spayed or intact male dogs that haven't been neutered are actually at a much higher risk of getting cancer later in their life, especially in the mammary glands in the females, the uterus, and then the males can get testicular cancer, prostate cancer. So it's an issue in terms of making sure we don't have a lot of stray animals, as well as preventing diseases in those animals later in life.
Well, that's interesting, because I would have never thought that doing that would have helped them in their health down the line. Mm-hmm. So what would you say to people who want to breed their animals? I mean, is it kind of one of those things where breed and then spay and neuter?
Yes, exactly. If you're breeding, I would recommend doing it earlier in their life, between 1 to 2 years of age, and then as soon as you're done breeding them, I would recommend spaying them, because with every heat cycle that a female goes through, they're more likely to get mammary cancers. Even after you spay them, they can get mammary cancers. So those heat cycles and those hormones can really affect them later in life, even after you spay them.
Wow, very interesting. One other quick question. what are some of the reasons why people may not spay or neuter, if they're not breeding, for example?
Right. Some people, it's due to finances and costs, so that's why we try to offer some low-cost spay and neuters to people. We try to help you out that way. Other reasons potentially could be they feel that the animal has a better quality of life staying intact, which is kind of a myth. I do think that a lot of animals continue to have healthy, long lives, and like we talked about, they are more at risk of getting those diseases and cancers later in life. So truly an animal should be spay or neutered, by the time they hit adult age, by around 1 year old.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you, Dr. Hosmer, for this great advice. Interesting thing, I didn't know about that about their house, so thank you so much. This has been another Vet Education Corner. We'll see you on the next one. All right, I want to thank her for that. Dr. Hosmer, she's just awesome. She knows her stuff. And again, I talked to a couple of other vets out there, and they're pretty awesome too. So I'll be sure to look out for that. I'll be showing the next one next week, and then another one after that 2 weeks from now. So just kind of adding to that. And by the way, just want to remind you that you can go to let's go to weathernorcal.com. I'm going to show you here real quickly here that you can check out that video and others. Let's see here. Are you getting it? There it is. Okay, we're going to take you to weathernorcal.com. There's a look at weathernorcal.com. Now, there you can see it says Animal Family right there. It's got that beaver on my lap. You got Sharon, talking to Sharon. So Animal Family is sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. So you click on it. Now, you got a couple of segments here. You can go into Pet of the Week. There's Pet of the Week. And right down here, you got Vet Education Corner. Now, I just uploaded it to YouTube, so it's not there just yet. I need to change the order. In fact, I think, here we go, Vet Education Corner. You click on that, and the others. So there it is. It's actually at the bottom of the list. I've got to switch it to where it's at the top of the list. That's a piece of cake. But the one that you just saw is right there. You can watch that. And by the way, there are 3 others you can see before this one. So the other one was about dental health, vaccines, arthritis. Just a lot of great information. If you own a pet or have a pet, we don't own our animals, right? We're their parents. But if you have a pet, these vets have some really great insight as far as just kind of helping to keep them healthy. So be sure to check that out. You should check it out. All right. You know what? Let's get to it now. We are going to get into our forecast. And of course, as you know, Weather NorCal would not exist without our sponsors. So we've got to mention our sponsors. And of course, sponsor for Coffee with Krueger is Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. All right, let's get you to your current temperatures out there right now. And what we're seeing here, temperatures in the low to even some mid-60s for the valley. It's a little bit warmer in Chico, Oroville at about 68 degrees. We're talking about 65 out in Redding. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s for the higher elevation, so a nice cool start. Yeah, open up the windows, let some of that cooler air in. You kind of walk out to the car maybe to get ready to go to work or get the kids off to school. It's nice. It's just that little bit of a chill in the air that we don't feel later on in the day. 53 degrees out in Crescent City, 53 for Eureka. Of course, you feel that chill all day out along the coast. All right, here's your headlines. Highs will stay below normal for the rest of the week. Cooler with rain and thunderstorms later this week. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to get into that here. Snow levels, look, we're in August. Let me check my calendar. It's on my watch here. It's saying August 21st. Snow? Talking about snow? Yeah, I think after the storm passes, we might see a nice little dusting of snow on some of the elevations above 7,000 feet. How cool would that be? Triple digits are expected to return, though. It's that down with the temperatures, and whoa, they shoot right back up. Back to where we typically should be for this time of the year. So the winds, all right, yeah, right, not that big of a deal. They're calm right now. Fire outlook for today, not much of an issue, but by tomorrow, yes, right? The National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, is painting in elevated risk for fires here. Should they start, they could spread rapidly because of the gusty winds. And even though humidity will be higher tomorrow, it's still going to be low. So, and we're talking about rain and thunderstorms. It's hard to believe we're talking about because of dry and windy conditions here. But bottom line, we're not going to see a lot of rain here off to the east here. And you'll see that when we look at Futurecast here in just a bit. So let's take a look at the winds. Today, yeah, not that much of an issue, not a big problem. But you'll notice as the storm system approaches from the north, we're going to see the winds. Now look at the valley. Look, kind of basically, I'll put a line right here. Windy conditions eastward, especially off to the east. And that's why we've got that elevated fire danger. Look at these winds. You're getting in the yellows and oranges. I mean, that's 40, 45 miles an hour. But not as bad as you head off to the west along the coast here, Trinity County, western Siskiyou County. But by Friday, look at this. Yeah, the wind's picking up, especially to the east. A little bit stronger with these winds, but one of the reasons why the winds will be stronger, you see how it's kind of speckled around there? Because we're going to be looking at some strong thunderstorms. And maybe even some severe thunderstorms here, especially in this area right here. And we'll get into where most of the storms will be here in just a second. Let's take a look at the humidity levels. And today, yes, very dry. Nothing unusual, pretty much the same as we've seen. So again, we're talking about the higher humidity levels off to the east, but keep in mind, it's still quite dry and it's gusty. That's why you've got the elevated fire risk there. But I mean, look at the valley. We're in the 30 to 40% range with that humidity. That is phenomenal. And we're going to be looking at more of the same here on Friday. And it's just going to be rain and thunderstorms on Friday. So we take a look at the smoke forecast. We're still kind of talking about that fire danger. You can still see a little bit of smoke coming in later this afternoon and evening and tonight, but not a lot. So overall, we're looking at pretty good conditions here with the smoke here. And kind of a rinse repeat here for your Thursday. Just not a lot of smoke developing. So here's what I'm tracking with the approaching storm system. All right, so let's get into the storm. Number one, scattered showers, thunderstorms are expected. Bottom line, as early as tomorrow for some. Friday's the main event. But even Saturday could be a few straight thunderstorms as well. So that time frame is for Thursday through Saturday. Gusty southwest and south winds. Now, it's not just from the winds from the thunderstorms, but the storm system itself, the area of low pressure as it approaches, will give us gusty winds tomorrow, tomorrow, Friday, and then Saturday the wind should start to die down. Now, we're also, with this storm system, with these thunderstorms developing, we're talking periods of heavy rainfall, hail, lightning, of course, the gusty winds. And yeah, one other thing to talk about, snow. Now, we've got 8,000 feet here. Basically, it's between 7,000 and 8,000 feet. It just depends on where you are. But we're talking snow in some of the higher mountain peaks as we go into, especially Friday. That's when the coldest air is going to be in place. So this is the storm system right here. See, it's spinning right here. This is going to be diving down to the south. The timing and the intensity of this storm, this is still a bit of a developing storm. So we're going to be looking at the timing changing a little bit here over the next 24 hours. So this is kind of one of those still kind of stay tuned forecasts, but we're getting more and more confidence and an idea of what to expect from the storm as we get closer to it. But we've still got a few things to iron out with some of those details as we go into the next 24 to 48 hours. So here's the deal. Storm Prediction Center, this is where we got the best chance for thunderstorms in California. I don't agree with this. I think we could see even Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, even in the north end of the valley could see some activity, central Siskiyou County. All right, so again, you got to take a look at the whole story here. By Friday, look at this. Now, this is interesting. You're probably saying, well, what about these areas here? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yes, I think we're still going to see a chance for showers and thunderstorms here, but it won't be nearly as numerous and nearly as prominent as we're going to see here. And really, if we really want to break it down, it's central Siskiyou County, really westward into northern Trinity County, into all of Del Norte and northern Humboldt County. I think these are the areas that will see most of the rain, heaviest, strongest thunderstorms. But as we kind of get outside of that, parts of the valley, Redding, Red Bluff, Chico, I don't think you're going to see much out of this, much like last weekend's storm. You just didn't see much out of it, okay? And I think that'll be the case here with this system as well. So let's walk you through the timing of all of this, okay? Here we are today at 5 o'clock. Same song and dance. We got the afternoon clouds in the mountains, no rain, just some clouds. We could see looking a little bit more in the way of some of the low clouds and fog along the coast later on today. And then things get a little bit more interesting. Now, from the looks of this, you're like, 9 a.m. Thursday, what's going on? Nothing, right? Not a whole lot going on. You got the clouds, a little bit of shower activity, but the storm is there. It's coming in from the north. It's approaching. So watch what happens. We go into noon. Again, so we're going to go through the day tomorrow, the first half of the day tomorrow, to be like, come on, where's the showers and thunderstorms Mike was talking about? It's going to take its time. So notice it's still sunny here as well in the valley. for Thursday around noon. But we're beginning to see clouds moving in advance of the storm. And you'll also notice kind of some speckles of maybe a few showers developing. But look what happens as we go into about the mid to late afternoon hours. Here's Thursday, 5 p.m. There's that line of thunderstorms that we can see develop here. You'll notice they're not very strong because the beginning phases of the storm is at the leading edge of what we're dealing with here. So I think central Siskiyou County down into northern Shasta County, the mountains there, and then Redding, maybe as far south as Red Bluff, could see at the very least, maybe a shower. But it's not out of the question for maybe even a straight thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for the north end of the valley. Corning, Chico, Willows, Oroville, most likely you'll see nothing the entire day on Thursday. I mean, there's still a slight chance. Again, the timing of this is most likely going to change. And the placement of all this will most likely change as well. But you get the idea. This is where the bulk of it will be tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. But again, look at Modoc County, Lassen County, Plumas County, all completely dry, clear skies. Sunny skies. So really nothing to speak of here, minus, of course, keep in mind, we've got winds associated with the storm system. So the winds will be picking up here. You'll notice that. Now we go into Thursday night, 10 p.m. Okay, so we may see a few stray showers in parts of Modoc County and maybe even parts of Lassen County, but still some pretty strong activity here in central Siskiyou County. But things kind of quieting down to the south of that, and not to mention to the west, but the clouds are moving in. So then Friday, you see the spin? You see the spin right here? So the main area of low pressure is actually, it's going to stay to our north. It's not going to move through us. So we're not going to get the brunt of it, but we'll still get some decent rain coming out of it. You'll see here. All right, so tomorrow, Friday morning at 8 a.m., all right, we see a few showers. Look at that. We're seeing snow too. See the blue? The pink is the rain-snow mix. So yeah, we're getting some winter precipitation in there, above 7,000 feet. So this is the disturbance right here that'll rotate around the area of low pressure. It moves in by late morning, early afternoon Friday. Now you're talking heavy rainfall. So remember I was talking about central northern Humboldt into Delaware County, heavy rainfall, northern Trinity County, and central to western Siskiyou County getting the brunt of it by noon on Friday. Still not much going on in the valley at this point. There may be a stray shower. You'll notice it's getting cooler. The winds are strong at this point for everybody as well. Now we go into the afternoon, 5 p.m. Again, see where the brunt of it is? North and west. Now we are seeing some stray showers and thunderstorms popping up in Redding, Bernie, down to the south here, even around Red Bluff. But you see how we're just not seeing as much activity to the south? And then to the east here, yeah, okay, a few pop-up showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. But again, where's the brunt of it? Up here to the north and west. So that's where we're going to see the potential for even some flash flooding in some areas here. So rainfall totals with this shorter range forecast model through Friday, because that's as far as it goes out, there's the brunt of the rain. Don't take these numbers to be literal, because that's not what we're looking at here, but that's where most of the rain will be off to the north and west. All right, now we take a look at the long range forecast model. Now, this model kicks this storm system out sooner than other forecast models. So I think Saturday morning through about the noon hour, the valley eastward, in particular, will probably see the best chances for more showers, more thunderstorms to start off the day. So yeah, Alturas, Susanville, you might see some activity here for Saturday morning, but Saturday afternoon, it's all pretty much gone. And then going into Sunday through next week, yeah, I mean, kind of a weak disturbance there, just some clouds, but no rain. Okay, and then that's really through the middle and latter part of next week. So it dries out and it begins to warm up as well. So here's the long range forecast rain totals. This is including Saturday. All right. Again, don't take these to be literal, but you get the idea. Here is, and the long range forecast model is also agreeing that, yeah, most of that rain here, I think is way overdoing it for rain in Alturas, Aden, but I think these are pretty accurate numbers for Susanville. And it might be overdoing it there for Chester as well. But again, you get the idea. So this is where the brunt of the rain is going to be. All right. So here's the overall setup. This is the area of low pressure. So when I say fall-like, then back to summer. So this right here is going to bring us to fall-like weather. Much cooler temperatures, low 70s for those daytime highs in the valley. And then, so there's Friday. So Thursday, Friday, winds, cooler air. So keep in mind, yeah, we just talked about the rain, the thunderstorms, all that. Look how cool it's going to be. Much cooler weather moving in by Friday. Then on Saturday, you see how it doesn't really completely move through us. It moves back up to the north and east. So through the day on Saturday, chances for showers, thunderstorms diminish. How quickly it moves out, still a little up in the air, and that's something we'll have to keep watching here. But we're going to be watching after that, this right here. This is high pressure that'll be building in through next week. As a result, temperatures will be back up. We're going to be back up in the upper 90s to about 100 degrees. So this is what I was talking about. Fall-like, then back to good old summer as we go through next week. Yeah, in fact, Climate Prediction Center has us in that warmer than normal category as we go into the next 10 days, and there it is. So, boom, look at that. I mean, 72 degrees. The average high is, what, 98 for Redding? Only getting a high of 72. And then we're back up to 80 on Saturday, still not bad. 91 Sunday, boy, it just gets worse, right? So upper 90s, about 100 degrees here for basically all of next week. But we've been spoiled for, you know, if we just kind of take it all the way through that's 2 weeks of below normal temperatures and below 100 degree temperatures. But then we're back up. We're back up after that through next week. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about our wave heights. There you can see, of course, 2 to 3 feet here along the coast. Take you into your Thursday. You can kind of see the higher wave heights kind of creeping in with that approaching storm system. Let's take a look at our marine forecast for today. Northwest winds at 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the northwest at 3 feet at 5 seconds, and from the northwest at 2 feet at about 9 seconds. All right, so here's your forecast for today. Your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. I'm not going to go into the timing of all this, just kind of the broad brush, but this is something I really like to talk about. You can look at the 7-day forecast, and if you didn't watch what you just watched, you'd have a harder time really kind of understanding what's going on here, wouldn't you? So that's why you've got to watch my forecast and get that kind of timed out timeline of when we expect those storms. All right, there you can see temperatures today, though, mid to upper 80s along the Highway 299 corridor to the south. Hayfork 86 today, 80 for Wildwood, a bit cooler in Mad River with a high of about 75 degrees. Here's your North Coast neighborhood forecast in southern Humboldt County. 78 degrees for Miranda, 81 for Garberville, Shelter Cove, a high of about 70 degrees. We take you out to Ferndale, Fortuna, Hydesville, and Rio Dell. Mid to upper 60s there for today. Take you up north, there's Humboldt Bay. Take you also some of the inland areas. Willow Creek about 87, 84 for Hoopa today. Trinidad, a high of about 71. Let's take you up north, and you can see Smith River. This is for northern Humboldt County and Del Norte County. 66 degrees for Aura, Klamath about 66 degrees. And we take you out to western Siskiyou County along the Highway 96 corridor. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for your highs there. I-5 corridor, mid-80s, give or take. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook, or your forecast it is for Scott Valley. Low 80s for most of us. Fort Jones, about 79 degrees, 83 for Etna. And there you can see Callahan, about 82 degrees. All right, let's take you to central and eastern Siskiyou County. Some of those higher elevations to the north and east in the upper 70s there, but 80 for Weed, 81 for McLeod, and Dunsmuir, about 84 degrees. Here's your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the upper 70s and low 80s for your daytime highs today. I've got you just a slight chance late in the day on Wednesday, but you saw that timing. It's going to be mainly Friday and even into Saturday morning for Alturas and Modoc County. Eastern Mountains, 77 for Bieber, 80 degrees for Fall River Mills, 78 for Shingletown, and Paynes Creek, about 85 degrees. Lake Elminor and Lassen Park, well, you've got those temperatures generally in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, just depending on where you are. Some of the higher elevations in the 60s, but places like Chester, you'll top out at about 80 degrees for today. All right, let's take a look at the eastern mountains to the south. Paradise, 83, 76 degrees for Mineral. There you can see Janesville, about 75, 84 for Doyle, and we're looking at about 77 degrees for Portola. Here's your valley neighborhood forecast to the south, 92 for Red Bluff, 91 out in Norville, Gridley about 91, and you can see Willows, about 89 degrees for that daytime high. Let's take you up north, 87 out towards Lakehead, 88 for Whiskeytown, 92 for Anderson and Palisadro. That's also the case for Cottonwood. And there's your 7-day outlook for Redding. So, Redding, Red Bluff, yes, I think maybe a chance for a shower late in the day, early evening, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. But for really the most part, it'll be dry through most of the day on Thursday. Chico, dry all day Thursday. Friday, best chance for thunderstorms, especially later in the afternoon. And then Saturday morning. Saturday morning, the best chance, and then by the afternoon, most of it's gone. And you can see just how much warmer it's getting as you go into Monday, Tuesday. Look at that, the return of the dreaded 100-degree temperature. Though that's the case, that's normal for us. Let's see here. We have got, let's kind of check in with everybody here. Deborah is saying that she loves all of the different animal videos. Isn't that fun? That's why it was so fun to kind of start the animal family segment. She's saying, I love all the different, yeah, we got the Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals, we got Pet of the Week, we got Vet Education Corner. So, I mean, who doesn't love animals, pets, all that, right? There's so much fun. So yeah, it's definitely kind of a fun little segment that we do here at Weather NorCal. Morning from Bruce. He's saying, morning, Mike. Well, good morning to you too. Here's Chappie, Debbie, kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but she's saying, if you want to show Mike some appreciation, leave a review on his Facebook page. Yeah, why not? Leave reviews. And by the way, do me a quick favor too. If you haven't done so already, go to your app store, whether it's on your iPhone or the Google Play Store on your Android, and just give it 5 stars. Because when it gets 5 stars, it just kind of really helps to kind of get it up there in the lineup. And on top of that, if you have time and think about it, you can also show your support by leaving a review, a written review, like how much you enjoy it, how much you like the app for your phone. So yeah, I certainly appreciate that if you could do that. But yeah, thanks Debbie for kind of mentioning that. We've also got, it's kind of a new face here, Cindy, saying good morning. Well, thank you, Cindy, for your good morning blessings, and good morning to you as well. And good morning to all of you. I hope you had a great, hope you have a great start to your day. We are going to be looking at one more day of this calm weather, and really 2 days, because the brunt of it won't be here until late in the day tomorrow, and really tomorrow night, and then going into your Friday. So we'll get into all of that. We'll have more details coming up at noon. I'll have the latest update there. And then, of course, your evening forecast coming up at 6 o'clock this evening. So be sure to keep checking in there. And if you are checking in here on Coffee with Krueger late in the day, real quickly, we're going to go over this and show you how you can watch Coffee with Krueger, the recorded version. Let's go home. And you can go right here. See right here, it's the very top. We just scroll down. There's a banner that says Coffee with Krueger weekday mornings at 7. Click on that and you can watch the recorded version of Coffee with Krueger. Now again, you have to usually wait about 10 minutes or so after I have gone off, quote unquote, the air here. Yeah, check that out if you want to kind of check out the latest on the fires, all that good stuff, and just a really good, the most detailed forecast that I give throughout the entire day is right here on Coffee with Krueger. So if you're trying to decide, oh, do I want to watch the morning update? Do I want to watch either one of them? I do a lot of great detail even on the 6 o'clock in the morning update as well, but I go into really bigger detail. And really just kind of take my time. And of course, the neighborhood forecast is a lot more detailed as well, and the most detailed right here on Coffee with Krueger as well. So again, thank you all. Have yourselves a great day. We're going to leave you with a camera here. There it is. We're looking at Lake Oroville. And it looks like we're looking at the release there. It doesn't look like there's much being released at this point here, but beautiful shot nonetheless. Now we're looking at, looks like Lake Oroville, North Forebay. Beautiful shot. Well, that's going to do it for this morning's edition of Coffee with Krueger. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. right here on Coffee with Krueger.